Hello friends, in these sessions we are going to solve some basic questions and answer about Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, the first basic questions about the Nelson Mandela, what exactly did Nelson Mandela do? Friends, the answer is he was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic elections. His government focused on dismantling the legacies of apartheid by the tracking institutionalized racism and fostering racial reconciliations. Friends, the second question: what did Nelson Mandela fight for? Friends, the answer is former South African president and civil rights advocate Nelson Mandela dedicated his life to fighting for equality and ultimately helped topple South Africa's racist systems of apartheid. That was the second question. Now we are going to understand the third questions. That this question is, what is the 67 minutes for Nelson Mandela? Friends, the answer is on the Mandela Day itself, citizens are encouraged to expend 67 minutes of their time in service to others in need. These 67 minutes are in appreciations of the 67 years that Nelson Mandela spent fighting for justice, equality, and human rights for all. He was a great person. So, the fourth question: what is the history of Nelson Mandela? Friends, the answer is known and loved around the world for his commitment to peace, negotiations, and reconciliations. Nelson Mandela was South Africa's first democratically elected president. From the 1994 to 1999, Mandela was the anti-apartheid revolutionary and political leader as well as the philanthropist with an abiding love for children. Friends, the next questions: how did Nelson Mandela bring peace? Friends, the answer: the late Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa and anti-apartheid activist, has left a legacy of peace and justice, having spent 27 years in prison for his anti-apartheid activities and dedicating to his life guaranteeing civil rights for black South Africans who had long faced oppressions at the head of. Friends, the next question: how old was Nelson Mandela when he died? He was 95 years from the 1918 to 2013. On 5th of December 2013, Nelson Mandela, the first president of South Africa to be elected in the fully representative democratic elections as well as the country's first black head of state, died at the age of 95 after suffering from a prolonged respiratory infections. Friends, the next questions: how is Nelson Mandela a hero? Friends, basically Nelson Mandela shows the heroism through his selfless and dedicated act by fighting to bring liberty and justice for his people and risking his life for the equality of all. Mandela was the first president of South Africa who fought daily to bring liberty and justice to his people. So, his actions prove that he was a hero. Basically, Nelson Mandela was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary politician and philanthropist who serves as the first president of South Africa from the 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of the state and the first elected in fully representative democratic elections. So thanks friend. I think these questions and answer is useful for you and to increase your knowledge. So basically, if this video is important and you think this video is valuable, then please like, share and subscribe our channel so you continue got such notifications Thanks a lot.